Biography of Mr. Onwordi Anthony Eziashi. Mr. Onwordi Anthony Eziashi was born on the 14th of November 1955 in the small yet culturally rich city center of Ila, located in Delta State, the southern region of Nigeria. He was born into a Christian family. Onwordi came from a lineage of noble, highly respected individuals who were deeply embedded in the fabric of the community. His father, Ugwenyi John Uyaebo Eziashi, was a distinguished and well-regarded chief, known for his leadership, integrity, and contributions to the prosperity of the city of Ila. His mother, Chief Mrs. Ugonwa Eziashi, was a woman of grace, strength, and influence, revered in the community for her wisdom and nurturing nature. The name Eziashi carried a certain weight, a legacy of respect and admiration that stretched across Ila and beyond. Onwordi began his educational journey at St. John's Catholic School, Ila, where he laid the foundation for his future academic success. He then moved on to St. Paul's Grammar School, Ebo, where he continued to excel, particularly in subjects that required analytical and critical thinking. In 1974, he successfully completed his West African School Certificate Examination (WAEC), achieving impressive grades and set himself apart as one of the brightest students of his time. In pursuit of further academic excellence, Onwordi enrolled at the prestigious University of Benin, UNIBEN, where he studied sociology. At UNIBEN, he demonstrated exceptional dedication to his education, gaining a profound understanding of societal structures, human behavior, and the importance of social justice. In 1979, he graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Sociology. After completing his degree, Onwordi embarked on the National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) program in 1980, an essential rite of passage for every Nigerian graduate. He was posted to Sokoto State in the northern parts of Nigeria, where he worked as a research officer at the Ministry of Health. This year of service allowed him to not only gain professional experience, but also learn about the diverse cultures and challenges faced by different parts of Nigeria. Upon completing his NYSC, Onwordi began his banking career with Union Bank of Nigeria PLC, one of the leading financial institutions in Nigeria. His hard work, dedication, and professionalism quickly earned him recognition. In 1987, Onwordi made a decision to expand his horizon and move to SCOA Nigeria Group, where he worked as senior manager for 6 years. In addition to his professional growth in Nigeria, Onwordi attended Burton Residential College in Cheshire, England, where he completed an executive development program in shipping, documentation, freight management, and supervisory management. In 1993, Onwordi made a strategic career move when he joined Elder Dempster Shipping Company. He worked there after leaving SCOA Nigeria Group, gaining valuable experience in shipping and logistics management. However, in 1995, Onwordi decided it was time to venture out on his own. With a wealth of experience under his belt, he founded his own company, Eldergate Nigeria Limited, a business he was immensely proud of and carried with great prestige. Onwordi's entrepreneurial spirit and keen business acumen turned Eldergate Nigeria Limited into a multi-million naira brand. In 2010, Onwordi Anthony Eziashi joined the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Delta State, Nigeria, becoming a registered member. Onwordi served as a member and organizing secretary of the executive of the Oshimili North local government area, a position that gave him the opportunity to contribute to the political and administrative development of his locality.
He was very traditional. He knew everything about history, Ila. You know, he would light up when you ask him about history and Ila and things like that. And what happened way back in the time. Damn.
In 1983, Onwordi decided to settle down and marry the love of his life, Mrs. Beatrice Ikedinma Eziashi. Their union was blessed with 4 beautiful children.
My name is Eziashi, and I'm the first child in the house.
I'm Kenneth Chukujendo Eziashi, short form Jendo. I'm Dad's second child.
My name is Eziashi. I am the only daughter of Mr. Onwordi Eziashi.
I'm JJ Eziashi. I'm the youngest child of Mr. Onwordi Eziashi.
Each of whom went on to excel in their respective fields, embodying the values of hard work, integrity, and compassion that Onwordi had instilled in them. His children are a testament of his legacy.
It's our job as his children to ensure that we carry such legacies and then project them just so people can see what kind of persons that he was able to bring out of us, right? So yes, that's one of the memorable moments I will spend with Daddy.
What I loved the most about him was his willingness to put his family and his kids above himself, and he did this routinely and without fail.
My dad always fondly called me Adi and was always quick to invite me to eat with him, both as a child and even till my adult years.
He calls me a boy, when he's happy. And when he calls me that, I know he's in a very happy mood. I know he's in a mood that, he just wants to, play.
My dad, he used to call me Namdi. He usually has that serious tone in his voice. It's part of the things I like about him, his seriousness, his ability to be calm in crazy situations.
Onwordi's greatest joy was seeing them succeed and knowing that they would continue to carry forward his value, his name, and his spirit.
My most memorable moment with him, I'd say, wasn't really just one moment, but rather a series of moments where growing up during dinners, he'd yell Bobby, which is my nickname, and call me over to the living room, offer me his piece of beef or chicken. And those of you who are the youngest can understand why this was especially cool, given you're typically resigned to the smallest portion of meat during dinners.
He always put family first. He was dedicated, he was kind, he was loving, and he was a peaceful person. And these are some of the things I love the most about him.
He taught me how to be a father. He taught me how to be patient, tolerant, how to treat women, how to be a good dad. He was there for us 101% of the time. And one of the very good things I liked about him, was the fact that he was very, very generous. We stood a better chance of getting money from my dad. He just said, "Oh, Dad, I'm broke." I'm like, "Okay, send me your account." I'm like, then back when we were in school.
Onwordi's leadership extended beyond his professional and family life. He was deeply committed to improving his community, Ila, and beyond. Whether it was through charitable contributions, advising local leaders, or participating in community building activities. Onwordi's influence was deeply felt. His business success allowed him to give back to his community in meaningful ways, from supporting local development projects to ensuring that younger generations had access to education and opportunity for growth.
Times when we're growing up, I remember my dad were enforced, and then even if he has to be very disciplined about it, he were enforced and you have to do exactly what he tells you to do. But as we grew older, no, he would allow you learn the hard way. right? He will just tell you his mind. He will tell you exactly how he feels about it, and then he will let you learn. That's what I love about my dad. He was very calm. Even when he was, he had issues with my mom. I see how how women are. My mom would take it out on him, and then he's very calm about it. And he's very quick to forgive my mom no matter what she does to him, And that's what I love about him. I would try to emulate from him. He's always calm. There's nothing my mom would do to him. Nothing. Yeah, they might just drag it out there, and then immediately after that scenario, he has forgotten about it. He has moved on.
Yeah, wallpaper for what is it? Wallpaper for what is it?
It's wallpaper.
Eh?
It's wallpaper.
Wallpaper. I like it.
Onwordi was also the chairman board of trustees of Trixvilla Schools. Onwordi Anthony Eziashi's life was one of purpose, service, and achievement. His passing has left a significant void in the hearts of his family, friends, and the community of Ila. However, his legacy lives on in the lives of his children.
If I had 24 hours extra with him, I probably would have organized a vacation or a short trip. I don't think he and I, sadly so, got to spend a lot of time simply existing in the moment, he and I. And I would have tried to use that time to the extent possible to correct for that. What I'm going to miss the most about him is just the ability to call him out of the blue, give him recent updates on my life, and get his advice.
If I had one more day with him, I think I would like for him to meet my daughter. That was one thing I think he never got to meet my last daughter, so I would have loved for him to meet her, for them to meet themselves, and then.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, we're going to the hospital.
We lost Daddy to the cold hands of death on the 4th of March 2025, shortly after a surgical procedure at the hospital.
We saw the need to get him hospitalized because of what we could see, and then we tried to get him hospitalized here, but we couldn't, and then took him back to Nigeria. And now he's going for X-ray and some other few tests. So we sought solutions in Nigeria, but as God will have it, we're here today. He's no more.
Though he fought bravely through the process, he eventually gave up the fight and peacefully rested in the bosom of the Almighty God.
What would I have done differently if I had another chance? Maybe I would not have had you do the surgery, even though, yes, we got counsel from the doctor that it was urgent for you to have to do it. But maybe I would have kept you, for a while longer before you had to go through the surgery, right? Well, that would be what I would have done differently. Another thing I would have done differently is I would have spent more time with you. If I knew that was your last days, maybe I would have, had more conversations, recorded more videos, have more intimate times, where we had to talk about things, life issues generally. So many times, you had so much to share most of the times, and then it's just fun sitting quiet and watching you speak. You're right? Speak. Sometimes when I watch you speak, Daddy, I'm not just listening to what you say, I'm listening to what you're not saying. I'm looking at your gestures. You're quite vast in what you say, especially when it comes to oldies and historical events, right? You're quite vast at, the knowledge of, events that happened in the past and solutions to problems. That's another thing. Marriages, oh my. You're quite vast in all of that. So I know where your strength is, and I really salute that about you.
Until resurrection morning, when we will all meet again to part no more. Though he is no longer physically present, his spirit lives on in the lessons he taught, the relationships he built, and the example he set. His name, Eziashi, will continue to carry the weight of respect, hard work, and community service to generations to come.
What I'm going to miss the most about him is just the ability to call him out of the blue, give him recent updates on my life, and get his advice.
If I had another day with him, I would let him know how much he was loved and admired, and how much of a big influence he was to me, because I've learned a lot from him over the years. Daddy, I'll always miss you. and I hope I was able to make you proud.
So, Daddy, I want you to know that this is not goodbye from me. I would have my moments where I will miss you immensely. I will continue to remember you. We're not just going to bury you in a lie. I'll try to find time to come and always spend time with you on your gravesite. You know, we'll still have that our time. We'll have conversations.
I would always cherish the time we had together, the time we spent together, and then I miss you, Dad. I hope I do you proud.